those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up up, they go down to the up down.
This is the joiner, and it's the main former. It's kind of like a strengthener. So I mean, it looks simple enough, but I'll just go through it anyway. How I tend to do it is I don't take no chances with this, because this has got to be. This is going to give you your width of the fuse as it tapers back to the tailplate, or the stabiliser as people call it for some strange reason. So you get your set square. Personally, I would use a better point than that. So your set square, and again check it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Right, and we'll chop that on the saw. Now obviously that goes in nice, so that's there, so there should be the same at the top. So you get on the cling film. Yeah, I mean if it is slightly over one side, it isn't so bad because you can sand it to shape. Now if you notice the tacks there, you got to put the plate on top. That's why it's got to be a square. You can't emphasise how important it is to make sure this is square, or you're going to have a wobbly fuse. Oh, it's not going to work. So get that in there, that's nice. Right, and then again, exactly the same. Into there. So mark where the line is. And get set square. Like that. Let's cut it. Okay, right. So got that there, right? On there like so. Again, that's nice. I'll do that. The trouble with making these videos is that I'm that keen on getting on with doing it all. So I'm terrible, as everyone knows, I love building, I'm mad for it. So I get to the stage where I don't want to stop, but obviously with the videos you can't be like that. This is a pain. Right, obviously, so that, as the plan says, this bit sits on the top of it. So it's again, set a square there, if you can see it, mark it, chop it. And you check, and you'll find out that one's there, but that's fine. Okay, which it's on the edge, perfect. Right, and one more on this side. You really got to be sure this is straight. Ain't hearing shit. That's in line now. Right. There you go. Now, in this instance, I'll use white glue rather than super glue. I mean, I suppose you could use super glue, as they feel, but personally, this stuff's better than, it's much better than I think the other ones. So. Plus, it gives you a chance to get it more or less square. And if you've got eyes like mine, where they're bloody awful now. Old age. That's me and you, Barry. Old age. It's a bugger. You'll kill me for saying that. Yay! So, guilty man. Right, you gotta make sure it's right. So there you go. I'll pin it in. Right. Screws, give it a little tap. Do it, and slide it on. I like this. Let's trim it off. There's a little square on there, because that will make a difference. There you go. Pin it off. Okay, and your pin. 1, 2. Now here's a tip. I forgot. I might as well put it on once I think if I can find one. Right, yeah. Here's a tip. What you can do if you've like got excess glue on the sides here and you're like fussy and you want it all nice and neat. Not anyone's going to see it, but you get a bit of water on the end of the brush and then just take it off, like so. And then you just rinse the brush in a piece of water to save your brush. And that way you get nice clean edges. So anyone thinks it's perfect. It's just something I do, but I don't often do it, to be honest, because I can't be asked. But really that's the way to do it. So you leave that now set. This glue takes 10 minutes and it's rock solid. So it's ideal for it. But like I say, there's options you can use, but that's that for now. Anyway, that'll do for now. I think that's enough. Well, the next thing I'll concentrate on was got the cellophane in place. So I'll start concentrating on the tail, the fin. I believe you call this bit, I used to call it a tail plane, but everyone calls it a stabiliser. And I'll concentrate on that, the actual fin and the rudder. Because it's there, you see. Maybe it's because it's there before I move the plan. And then obviously, I don't think you can see from that far down, so there you go. The rudder. I know it's awful, but there you go. And that's probably about that. I mean, whilst I'm at it, sod it, turn it around. Get it on our wheel. If I can't today, I'll do it another day. This will make everything so it goes 6. Right, I can see. Okay, stay still. Right, what I'm putting here, this is the main fuse bit, so if I find them, I was going to do this today, but as I said, I can't help it. Right, turn it off, bang the wood. That's what I'm looking for, the bits for it. Right, these are the front fuse bits. As you can see, the pre-cut, which is ideal now. Like I said in the previous videos, what I've done is because these kits don't exist anymore, or they're very rare, put it that way, I've actually, on a piece of old card, you can see it there, on the card, I've actually drawn out, marked, just basically copied round the original one. I know the light's shit, but I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, the light's bad. And then I've marked on it how thick it is, 8mm thick, and basically what they are. And then after a while, you can cut it out with a scalpel, not a pair of scissors, or the scalpel, and then for a later date. And that's how you do it with a lot of the pieces. Because obviously you can't get them anymore. Right, so what we do, this is quite simple, simplistic really. Now you got the marking here, always make sure the marking's on the inside because it'll stick on the covering. So again, you put it to your plan. If you really are conscious about it, you can use the fuse rear as a guide, as you can see. So you've got that there, which is, but don't glue it because that's obviously going to stick out from it. Okay, so there you have that. Right, so you look at it and you think, well, and no plan is perfect, I guarantee you. So we have a look at it. Yeah, it fits there. It's nice. As long as you know it's all square. See, now that's slightly longer, but you could, like I said before, you trim it. Right, you got that piece in place. You make sure it's dead on line with that, which it is. Okay, let's show us on the camera. Yeah, I'm going to pin this piece in. Simple enough. So the bits like on the front, it sticks out a bit, but you don't really need to worry about that because when the time comes, it's much easier to trim the front than it is the back because the back's held. Right, you've done that, and you get your bottom. Make sure you don't do what I've done before and put the wrong one on. Again, you look at it and you think, right, this is truly out. There you have that there. So, look at it. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's there you go. Right. So it's in. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. And obviously then, right, and then you glue it. So you get your white glue. Again, where are you, Mr. Glue? You can sign this, but personally I would white glue it, just for the strength. Let's go over my hands like so. Nice piece of there, so you got it like that. So then you lay it flat. Right. Now, I will guarantee you this. These are cut, but they won't, 9 out of 10 times, they don't come out perfect. So you may have to do a bit of fettling with it, i.e. like it doesn't join too good there. I mean, so you, but that won't be a problem with the glue. Will take that, push it in, like so. Pins. I don't know how many you use. What is it? See, on the original kits, if I remember correctly, these were made of ply, and I believe people complained the ply used to warp and all sorts. Yeah, and obviously they've had a rethink. Right, and what you want to do there is get the excess glue off again. What I do is make sure it's all flat, which it is. Get a damp cloth and take the excess glue off. Okay. Well, that's that. So that's in place. I leave out a good 10 minutes this stuff, but you know, a good half hour, whatever, to dry. Making sure everything's in line, which it is. Okay, and that's that. And obviously, see, this is what I mean. See, look, it's out. It's perfect on top, but slightly out here. So all you do is once it's dried, you trim it to the plan. There's nothing more you can do about it. It's just the way they're made. Okay, and then obviously again with the other one, it's not so important putting the cling film over. You can do if you want, and so you've got a mirror image of it. Otherwise, personally, you know, just take them off. You know, it just depends how you feel with it. You know, it's more or less the same. And that's how I do it. But that's what they call the oil rig, as they say on the thing. So I've looked at there just to show you that it's all square, which it will be. Now this is what I meant by not worrying too much about, because they're cyano rather than white glued or epoxied. That's what I always do with mine. It's like on the real thing, but they use metal plates, and obviously we can't do that because of the weight. What it is now, remember what I said before about these are the offcuts of or what the ribs were in. Now you see, that's why I said keep stuff like this, because what I'm going to do is use these bits like that. So obviously come out of another sheet. And what I tend to do is I've got it in, and you put it in. It's up to you what design you want. And then I get the pen and I trace around the actual the strut bits, the wrong ones, whatever they're bloody called. Yeah, I've made the shape of what I've like. So if you could see that, so you draw it in, and then obviously when you've done that, if you follow me, I'll just quickly cut this to shape. The camera lady, can you catch me? Now here's the beauty of this. Send it that way. Let's do that. Let's quickly sand it to shape. Right, now as you see, this will fit in there like so. Right, now and the reason, right, you mark them, so it's covered says, but if you mark the lines there, right, because it's flat to the surface, it'll be there. You've got it nice and square. Then what you do is you basically, I won't do it yet because I'm going to use this, you obviously use this as a template for a whole lot. You can go right down the whole lot as you do, and as you keep going down them, each one I would mark individually, obviously with a pencil or whatever. And the reason you mark them is quite simple, is that's where you're going to put the white glue. You put your white glue along the lines you've marked, and then obviously that's when you white glue it, and then you clamp them in with your 1,000,001 clamps. So you've got mini clamps, and you do that there on all the joints. So you've got them there, and obviously there, and you follow it all the way down to the end, right, as long as it doesn't stick out the top of the fuse, which it won't matter because it won't. And there you have it, you see, and that strengthens it, and you do it all the way down up to say to wherever you can reach. I mean, obviously you're going to get to a point there. Now when you get to there, that's your decision, because you're going to have a strengthening joint there when you put the top little plate in there and the bottom plate for your rudder, for your tail skid. So there's not such a necessity, because you're going to have a plate there anyway, so all this is going to be strengthened. It's just these, I tend to strengthen all these joints all the way up to the end. And then if you can expand that camera around this side, sorry, this side, right, you'll see there, if I use a pen, you can see there that this is weak around running the pen down there. So what I'll do is I'll put an off-cutter strip, whatever, I'll say I've got one, whatever, just a strip of balsa, and stick it down there, that length, so that strengthens all that. So that's how it works, and that's about it. So, and obviously you use this template to go all the way down, so they all look the same, and you won't see it anyway once it's covered, or not as much. But on the real ones, they used to use metal plates to hold these in, and they used to put in bolts that used to go in and through. But obviously this is a model and not the real thing, and that's how you do it. And that's basically what I do. A, I think it strengthens the joints in case you have a bad landing, and B, I think it looks better. So that will do it, and that's basically that for today. So the next time I do anything, I'll let you know. Okay, well, I'll try to do this. As you can see, that's it with the bits that I've clamped. And I can zoom in on this. These bits here that I've used, I might add, I'll show you. These were the actual offcuts from the inside of the wing ribs, and I've used them to go on the other side just to use as clamp plates. So everything comes in handy. Just a tip. So when that all comes off, you'll see what I mean. Right, that's it now. I don't know. Bye.
Those magnificent men